Well, it looks like it's screaming all UEFA Europa League at Barcelona because things are not going their way, and obviously it's really so bad to the ears of Barcelona fans all over the world. But we have nothing to do apart from really bringing you this story that Barcelona has been beaten down in Milan by Inter Milan 1-0, and obviously Barcelona are lying third on their Premier League table. And that really worries in a lot to the side of Barcelona and Xavi, plus the players like Frankie de Jong, who really wanted to stay at Barcelona to play Champions League football, and they might find themselves into UEFA Europa League with a team that really wanted him die, and he refused to go there, and maybe they'll sort themselves out into that side. UEFA Champions League 2022-2023, Inter Milan has beaten Barcelona and laid them down. And thank you for watching in Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Now today, this game started very well, and obviously Kulmuglu in the 45th minute really went ahead for a curling effort from the edge of the 18 box area, and it really went into the back of the net, and Tastagen couldn't really save it. But Barcelona are into a horrible situation that most of the people don't know, because they are hit with injuries. They are going to play Inter Milan back to back, because I think even next week, I think on Wednesday, they are playing Inter Milan. That is not going to be something for jokes. Not so. It's really going to be a hard game. Inter Milan winning this game, they now have 6 points. 6 points in 3 games. They lost to Bayern Munich, and obviously they've gone ahead to win against Pleasant, and they've beaten Barcelona at home. That's a very huge boost, meaning that what do Inter Milan need? Inter Milan just need to go out to Barcelona and get a draw. If at all they get a draw and they beat Pleasant very well, that means they'll be having how many points? They'll be having 10 points. You get? Even if they lose to Bayern Munich, they can find themselves through to the round of 16 of the Champions League. And guess what? Barcelona is having one of the hardest games in Bayern Munich, because I know they will go on and beat Pleasant, and they beat Pleasant. They'll be having how many points? They'll be having how many points? Beat Pleasant and draw with the side which goes by the names of Inter Milan. They'll be having 7 points, meaning that even if they win against Bayern Munich, they won't go through into that group stage. Reason being, in the Champions League, they don't consider goal difference. They consider head-to-head. When you met, who beat the other? Who scored more points over the other when they met? And guess what? If we get to that equation, it will be Inter Milan, because Inter Milan would have beaten Barcelona at its place and it drawn at the Camp Nou, and obviously that will see them out. And now, what do Barcelona have to do? They have to go ahead and really beat Inter Milan with all efforts at their stadium. But as you look at Inter Milan, they can go on and really threaten Barcelona at their side, because Barcelona is having injuries. Frankie de Jong, who I believe would have been so much pivotal in this game of football, is out. And I think it's time for Xavi to know that Pedri and Rodri can't really help this club get over certain levels, according to me. Reason being, in the game today, Pedri was not threatening, apart from that goal that he scored, and it was really cancelled out because it was a handball coming from Ansu Fati. Gavi, the same. And this gets you back to why he really needed Bernardo Silva, because he wanted Bernardo Silva badly, and I believe that next season in the summer they're really going to go out for Bernardo Silva, because he wanted Bernardo Silva badly, because Bernardo is really one of those players that really roves very well in the midfield and really has a lot of creativity. And if I told you saw that game of Manchester United, you saw how much he destroyed United. Bernardo is really world class, and he has really gone ahead to be consistent, not an injury prone player, and obviously that's why this guy needed him into his midfield area. And Inter Milan is really having a very, very good squad. Let me show you how Inter Milan started, to show you that Barcelona are really in total trouble, because this is the only way, this is the only thing that's going to show you how Barcelona are really badly off into this game of football, because it's really screaming losses according to me, and screaming UEFA Europa League, because a side which goes by the name of Inter Milan, I believe it's not going to go out there and really pull or really sit back. Look, they're having Onana in goal, good goalkeeper. They're having Skriniar, you know him very well. Diveridge, I don't know him, but Bastoni, those three, that's the back three of a team which goes by Inter Milan. Then Damian, Balera, Klamoglu, Henrik Mkhitaryan, who really played very well today and really bossed that midfield of Barcelona. Di Marco, that is the midfield three and the two wing backs. Then Lisandro Martinez and Correa, that is the starting 11 of a side which goes by the names of Inter Milan. And trust me, they can get a result of a draw at Camp Nou. I will believe it. They can get a result of a draw at Camp Nou in there. When you look at Barcelona, they came up with the following. They had Ter Stegen in goal. Sergio Roberto played as a right back. Christiansen came in through and obviously substituted, and Gerard Piqué came in through. Garcia played on the left back. Marcos Alonso played some minutes, and then Balde came in for him. Gavi, Busquets and Pedri really played into that midfield area, and Gavi got out for a man who goes by the names of Frank Kessie. Dembele, Lewandowski and Rafinha got off the pitch, and Ansu Fati came in through into this game of football, but they couldn't really harm a side which goes by the names of Inter Milan. They really looked toothless, and this is what is going to show you that Barca looked toothless, and they didn't really threaten a lot at goal of a side which goes by the names of Inter Milan. And Inter Milan left the ball to Barcelona, and Barcelona had nothing to use that ball for. That is the very huge, shocking bit of it. Having Rafinha, you get Dembele, Osman, and Lewandowski, that front three looks like a threat, but it couldn't threaten any of those people. So it shows you how far they've really fallen off. And obviously, this guy, is it Insiagi, the manager of Inter Milan, has really gone ahead to school them. And obviously, this is something they should really go ahead and overturn at Camp Nou. If they don't overturn it at Camp Nou, it's really going to be hard. Then Inter Milan had 5 shots. Barcelona had 7. 2 shots on target for both teams. 28% possession by Inter Milan, 72% for Barcelona. This is what I told you, that Barca had a lion's share of the possession. 286 passes completed by Inter Milan. Barcelona completed times almost 3 passes. Inter Milan completed to make it 703 passes. 78 passing accuracy and 91 passing accuracy for the side which goes by the names of Inter Milan, for the side which goes by the names of Barcelona. Then 9 fouls for each side, 5 yellow cards for Inter Milan, 2 yellow cards for Barcelona. Then 0 red cards, 7 offsides for Inter Milan, 0 for Barcelona, meaning that Barcelona was playing really a high line. 3 corners by Inter Milan, 13 corners by Barcelona. But my worry is here. When you let Barcelona have 703 passes when you are in Milan, how is it going to be when Inter Milan visits the side which goes by the names of Barcelona? Because Barcelona really need to go ahead and really help themselves and really raise the game. And I believe with the support they are going to be having at the home game, they can really get a win over Inter Milan, but it will depend on how Inter Milan turn up. Because I remember, was it 2010 when Jose Mourinho was at Inter Milan and he won the Champions League at Inter Milan? Guess what happened? He went ahead and really knocked out Barcelona in the semi-finals. They came to Milan. He beat them 2-0. Milito and Samuel Eto'o scored those 2 goals. Then when they went to Barcelona, Milito scored 1 goal and Barcelona put in 2 goals and they couldn't go through. And for the very first time, I saw Mourinho kneeling down and really looking at the skies, at the heavens, calling God for help, because he felt like all that was going to happen in the added minutes, it was God to really see him through and play the final. And obviously, he played the finale and won the Champions League with Inter Milan. That is Jose Mourinho, the special one. So, Barcelona are really in great danger. And let me share a little bit of how this table is standing. And this is when you're going to go ahead and really admit what I'm really telling you, that these guys are really in deep shit. When you look at this, Bayern is having 9 points, 3 games, won. Inter Milan has played 3 games, won 2 and lost 1 to Bayern Munich. They're having 6. Barcelona have played 3, won 1 and lost 2. They're having 3 points. Pleasant, 3 games played, 0 won, and they've lost all of them. So it shows you that this game, Inter Milan and Barcelona next Wednesday, is deciding who is going through to play into what we call the round of 16 of the Champions League. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. Tell me your reactions to Inter Milan 1, Barcelona 0 here onto the Rokani Media Football. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. I'm out.